So, I guess this is where you would hold an awful lot of your
This is where
confidential meetings,
I
your
have
private
my
meetings.
in here, yeah. And if the staff during the public hours, if the staff need to use this office because there's some confidentiality, they can come in and use this office.
Interesting picture on the wall. Is this?
That is the picture that was taken when the very first time I was assigned my inauguration papers when I became an MP. And some of those were my staff, my family, and some friends.
Such an important moment. Huh?
Yeah. That was the very first time, the very first day where I became an official MP.
No regrets so far?
No regrets. No regrets.
Because it was a change from what you were doing before, wasn't it?
Big change. Big change from what I was doing before, but I've said it all along, when it becomes a job that I don't like anymore, I'm just going to get out. That's all. As long as the people in Nickel Belt are happy, I'm happy.
Yeah. Yeah, like there's nothing glamorous or it's
No.
This is an office.
It's an office.
And you say you're here once a week, basically?
Well, when Parliament is in session, I'm here at minimum once a week. But when Parliament is closed, I'm here 5 days a week, sometimes 6.
So when you're sitting,
Mm-hmm.
or you might as well take a seat for a minute. We'll get out of the light. But when you're, I guess, in session, you try to get here once a week. That's a lot of traveling, isn't it?
It's a lot of traveling, especially since Bearskin stopped flying directly to Ottawa. I used to fly Bearskin regularly. I go from home to the airport to Ottawa and to my apartment. But now that Bearskin's not flying anymore, and to Ottawa, if I'm flying, I have to go to the Sudbury Airport, the Toronto Airport, the Ottawa Airport.
Wow.
And it takes me longer to fly.
I was going to say it takes you less time to drive, doesn't it?
I normally, at this time of year, I'll always drive. I will fly in February, March when the weather is really bad, but I try to avoid it as much as possible because it's happened to me several times when I get to the airport and the flight is cancelled. I get to Toronto and the flight to Ottawa is cancelled. So then I have to sleep in Toronto, which makes it awkward because I lose a lot of time.
Do you spend much time communicating with the provincial members?
On certain issues, yes, I do. Especially here in Nickel Belt, where I have Franz Jelena, who's my counterpart, and we do a lot of things together, a lot of events together. Because Nickel Belt is so big, we do what is called community clinics. So her and I will jump in her car or my car or whatever, whoever's turn it is, and we'll drive up to Folliet. We'll do that minimum of twice a year, maybe 3 times a year. And we'll do a clinic. We'll drive from here to Folliet. We'll do a clinic in Folliet. Then we'll go to Matagami and do a clinic there. Then we'll go to Guguama and do a clinic there. And then sometimes we go up to West Street to do a clinic there. So it's a couple of days.
What a huge riding.
It's huge. It's huge. And then we'll do clinics in the south end of Sudbury, Wanup, Killarney, French River, Garden Village First Nations, Wanapate.
Wow.
It's just huge.
And you've got 2 offices.
I got 2, well, 3 counting the one in Ottawa.
Interesting. Well, that's great. We're going to make sure there's an opportunity to cover some of the specific topics with Ghislaine and your other staff, and possibly with you as well when we have a chance to get you alone for 10 or 15 minutes. But it's great. We've got a website on Valleys Today. We know there's links to your own government sites that people can access. And I think the big thing I want to get across to people is that it doesn't matter who you voted for, it doesn't even matter if you voted, that this office is here to serve,
the
people
public.
from Nickel Belt.
People have a hard time differentiating between municipal, provincial, and federal politics. So we'll have people call us or walk in here, they have a municipal problem, and then we know we can't help them, so we direct them to the councillor in their area, and hopefully the councillor will help them.
And I think that's good that actually all three levels probably do the same thing. I'm sure even councillors get calls and
Yeah.
they're told, look,
Yeah.
we'd like to help you, but that's a federal jurisdiction.
Here's the phone number that you should call. We get lots of that.
That's great.
Yeah. The last 3 weeks have been particularly busy because of graduations.
Right.
I try to go to as many graduations as I can. I can't make them all. It's impossible because sometimes there's maybe 3 or 4 in one night. And especially this year was particularly difficult because we were in Ottawa so late. So I was only able to do 3 graduations this year.
Wow.
So it's...
Even finding time for those is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Well, Claude, thanks for the tour. It's
you're
I
welcome.
don't think we've missed too much. There's a lot of interesting things around, but
Yeah.
I think this should give people an idea of what this office is all about
Yep.
and what some of the topics are that they can be helped with.
We can help people with pretty much anything that's federal.
Good. And the
We
doors
get-
are always open.
Doors always open. We do have some students that come in here to do their volunteer hours.
Oh,
We get those once in a while, and they really appreciate it. We have some interns also sometimes that will come in here. They have to do specific jobs, and we help them through that.
that's good. So
It's really helpful.
it's a real training area.
Yeah.
It's great. Thanks for your time. We'll definitely continue this later on.
Well, I hope this was helpful.
Very. Thanks.
Thank you.